Hi guys! Hi guys! Welcome! Thanks for joining my broadcast. I'm going to wait just a couple minutes until everyone gets to join that wants to. Thank you so much for the hearts. Hi Sandy8154, thanks for joining. Hello, thanks for joining guys. So Facebook Live is putting out some new, very big and different updates today, and I wanted to tell you guys all about them. Hi Sherry A. Richardson, thank you so much for joining. I wanted to tell you guys all about the brand new updates to Facebook Live. They are brand new as of today. You might not even have the update yet, but if you don't, I promise you will get it today. Just wait for that update to hit your phone. Hey, thanks for joining. I'm waiting just a couple minutes to see, let everybody join. So just tell me where you're from, guys. Let me take a couple minutes to get to know who's here. Where are you guys from? Where are you joining me from? Hello, where are you joining me from, Miss Sherry? That's okay, you don't have to tell me. No update on my end. I checked. You're from Indiana. All right, cool. Yeah, a lot of people are saying they don't have the update yet. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek so you know what you can expect. Big changes are coming. Let me tell you what. It's very interesting. Headlines everywhere are saying Mark Zuckerberg is determined to make this live broadcasting his domain. He's determined. However, he may be a smart little man, but I don't think that he's going to be able to take over Periscope. Not even sure he's going to be able to break Meerkat. I did see a statistic that said Meerkat is about 1/5 the size of Periscope, and that their community is about 20% the size of Periscope. So, but at the same time, it may be small, but it is mighty. And I don't think that Zuckerberg's going to be able to take it out that easy, especially with the simplicity of the updates that are coming. While they are very large and impactful, they still are simple. So here we go. Here are the updates that are coming. It seems as if Zuckerberg and his team have said, we're watching Meerkat, we're watching Periscope, and all the other ones, and this is what we think is the baseline of the best of both worlds. Obviously, they're leaving a lot of room to grow. A lot of room to grow. If you're watching this broadcast, by the way, if you could just share it with your followers on Facebook and Twitter, I would love to get the word out about these new updates, because a lot of people have been asking me questions. I'm a PR and branding consultant, and they've been very confused about it. So I've been trying to answer some questions and get the news out. So if you're on an iOS device, if you'll just swipe right and invite your followers or share on Facebook and Twitter. Android, just swipe up or down to do the same. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that very much. So hopefully we'll get some more people in here. I can answer some more questions. So let's get started. So first, on Facebook Live, they now have filters. Okay, so we have filters on everything. They're more color filters. I'm really waiting for the day when they have that Snapchat filter. You know the one I'm talking about. The first one that you swipe and it takes away every single pore that you have and you look simply angelic, like an angel sent directly from heaven. You look gorgeous. So that's really what I'm waiting for. However, there is something to be said for when you're broadcasting live, there's something that is untainted. It's unedited. It's your speech is not edited. Your face is not edited. So I kind of like that there's no filter. I'm not sure how I feel about them adding the filters. You're free to too, anyone here, please comment and please tell me what your opinions are as I go too, because I find what other people think about these things very interesting. especially based on your line of work. You could see it very differently than I do. Another thing they have done, all right, so this is a game changer. There's two major game changers here. One, you know when you open up your Facebook app, your Facebook mobile app, you first open it up. On the very bottom, in the very middle, there is a button that you go to for your messages. Are you with me? You know what I'm talking about? In the very bottom, in the very middle, you click it for messages. Hey, thanks for joining. Do you know what I'm talking about? I hope so. So, that button is, hey, thanks for joining. So that button is really great. I love it because every time I go to Facebook, there's always something that I'm forgetting. You're excited about the filters. Oh, because you repost to YouTube. Okay, that's a really good thing. I hadn't thought about that. Okay, cool. I will definitely, next time I tell somebody about it, thank you so much, Sherry, for sharing that with us. We're talking about the new updates to Facebook Live, and one of them being filters. I was saying it makes it feel less live and real because it's tainted. However, one of the followers here, Sherry, was saying she likes it because she reposts to YouTube, which is a really good insight I hadn't thought of. So, but here's the huge game changer, guys. So when you first open that Facebook app, at the very bottom in the middle, it has that button that's for messages, right? They are taking that away from us. They are taking away the button for messages and they are replacing it with the Facebook Live button. I'm just letting that sink in. So no longer when you go to your Facebook homepage will there be that familiar button there in the middle to go to your messages. Now it's going to be Facebook Live streaming. Yes, that was my face too. I thought, oh dear. I thought a lot of things. One of them is I'm going to forget to respond to a lot of people. Another one was, you know, now that optional extra app, Facebook Messenger, it's not optional anymore. So now people aren't going to decide if they want it or not. They're going to have to get it whether they want to or not, or they're not going to use Facebook Messenger on their mobile devices. And that's very interesting that that's how Facebook is choosing to push streaming by replacing that key button. I don't know that I like that. I don't think I do. And the third thing I thought was that I want to get the word out about that, because if you forget or if you're not thinking about it, and you don't have the option to change it. If you're not thinking about it and you just press it and you're just not thinking, you could post some very interesting live videos of yourself. So, yeah, just think about that. Just think about the things you do while you're on Facebook. And imagine if they suddenly were posted live. It's just a comedy routine right there, you guys. So, that's, to me, one of the biggest game changers here, because that's changing the interface, like the banners back in 2010. Yeah, so it's changing. I mean, they're not changing the interface, but by changing that one button, I mean, a lot of people save room on their phones by not downloading that one app for Messenger, and now they're going to have to do it on mobile. It'll be interesting to see how that goes over and what people have to say about that. Or if they're just going to move that button, perhaps, and just hide it from us. Who knows? Who knows? No one but Zuckerberg. There should be a shirt that says, no one but Zuckerberg. Anyway, guys, here is the other game changer. And if you are a consultant for anything, listen up. So, you used to only be able to do Facebook Live on your personal profile page and if you had a business page. I'm disappointed. Well, I am, because I like how the messenger button is there. I don't like change. Who likes change? Nobody likes change, guys. But it's okay. Some change is good, and the next piece of news I have for you is good. It's good change. So like I said, you used to only be able to do Facebook Live from a personal Facebook page or from a business Facebook page. But now, this is where it gets exciting, you guys. Now you can do it from a Facebook group or a Facebook event page. So if you have a group that's like a support group for something or someone, you can have someone come in and make announcements, or say maybe it's for a group that meets but they can't meet one night because of inclement weather. You could still have the speaker come on and kind of virtually speak or something like that. But this is the really exciting part. I really like this, okay? For events, if you are a consultant, like I said, for anything, Jamberry, nail wraps, Mary Kay, Avon, Longer Burger, I'm trying to think of all the things you could be a consultant for, any kind of makeup, anything where you could have an online Facebook party. Now you can do real time with questions and everything, product displays, product demos, everything with your party guests in your Facebook parties for these items, which is I don't even have words. I'm very excited about that. That is a really awesome thing for these independent consultants, because that's really going to help with, I think that is the game changer right there. Yes, that is the very positive game changer. I'm happy about that. It used to be, you could make a video and then 5 minutes later it would post, But guys, it is the 21st century. It's 2016 and we're live. So now we can be live, which is awesome because you can take questions that way without having to do separate chat boxes on separate websites and all this stuff. Now you can just do it right there. So that to me is the most lucrative, positive change that Facebook Live is bringing to us. So, all right, let me move on from that. There aren't a whole lot of other features except for, just like in Periscope and Meerkat, there's going to be a feature where you can invite a friend or multiple friends. So they ripped that off straight from here. And in addition, I guess they noticed that people love the maps feature here on Periscope. They love that you can just look around you and see, who's broadcasting near you, or say you just really want to go to Disney, so you see who's broadcasting at Disney. Do you remember a case when Pizza Shop made a lot of orders because Periscope streamed from the kitchen? No, actually, I did not know about that story. That's hysterical, and that's a brilliant use of Periscope. Brilliant. As a PR practitioner, that makes my day to hear that. That's somebody was thinking, or accidentally did it, and they did a good job. A lot of PR is done by mistake, guys. Good and bad. So the maps feature, though, is going to also be, they got 28 million live views. Wow! That's great PR. My goodness. Do you know the company? Because I really want to look into that case study. If not, that's okay. I'm sure I can look it up without the company, because that's a monumental thing. That's okay. Thanks for telling me about it, though. I'm sure I can find it without the company, because that's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. What a great use of Periscope, guys. There's just so many uses. It's insane. But anyway, they're going to be having a map as well. And then, so there's two other things. One, they're going to be making the metrics a little bit better. So right now, I really hate to tell you guys and burst your bubble, but if you post the cutest little picture of your dog and he's really, really hot on a summer's day on the front porch in the South and he's going, wow, wow, and you post it on Facebook and you get 10 million views and you're really excited, I hate to break it to you, but that's not necessarily an accurate number, because Facebook's algorithm is not saying that viewer watched the whole video. It's saying that, sometimes the videos autoplay, so when you're scrolling through, they may have seen a millisecond, and it's going to say that they saw it and they viewed it. So unfortunately, those metrics aren't exactly correct. And so what they're going to do is, for these live videos, they're going to start telling you better metrics of the total number of unique individuals who watched while you were live. Now, that's awesome. However, I would also like to know, how many people watched at the beginning, and if they dropped out, when did they drop out? And if they did drop out, did they come back and watch the replay? Or did they start joining later? Like, do I need to let them know in advance to come watch? Things like that. However, with our Facebook business pages, they really increased the use of analytics and how well we are able to utilize them, by how they're really good now, whereas they weren't necessarily before. Or they weren't as good before. So I'm sure they'll get better and expound on that. But here's the last bit. You're going to have another new section. Get ready for new. Here's some change, you guys. It's the last section, though. There'll be a new section on your mobile device, on your Facebook app, and it's going to be to find content. As you guys on Periscope know, that's the one thing I hate to diss Periscope, because I love it. You guys have been awesome to me, and I post, guys, I do the daily news every morning, my Lunch Bites news for you guys, and I do a little Alpha Bites challenge. I've had endless insomniatic nights where I've chatted with you, so I love you guys, and I hate to diss Periscope at all, but it is hard to find good content or find content on a specific topic you're looking for. So because Facebook knows this, what they're going to do is add a whole new section, and it's going to have two components to it in order to find that content. Three, I suppose. First, you do have that map, but then two others. One, a discovery section for what's popular in general, like kind of around the world, just what are people talking about? And two, what is probably something you'd be interested based on you and your interests and your friend group. So more personalized. And that's going to be interesting to see if they get it right, to see how their algorithms work. I'm very interested to see that. It'll also be interesting to see how people connect. There's a subscribe button like on YouTube, similar to the follow buttons here and on Meerkat. So we'll see how the connections work there. We'll see if it leads to friending, like do people just subscribe or do they also go and friend the person? That seems to get sticky and confusing because you don't really know them very well. I don't know. I kind of like to keep the streaming separate from my other things. So, hey, thanks for joining. We're just wrapping up our conversation about the new Facebook Live feature. So I'm about to sign off. You may want to just rewind me and watch the replay, because I went over the big things you can expect for the update. So you guys, Kim Garst, I don't know if you know her, but she is awesome. She's based out of Tampa, Florida. She's a #1 best-selling author, and she is the guru on using social media to increase your business. And so her take on Facebook Live was that she doesn't think that it is going to she doesn't think it's going to kill out Periscope. She doesn't think it's going to, quote, throw Periscope out of the game, but she does think that it's going to put Facebook on the map. So nothing for you guys to be worried about, but definitely, especially if you're a consultant, that's the thing I think is a big deal, is that now you can do it in your event pages. And definitely remember not to press that middle button at the bottom of your homepage once you have updated, because it will not go to your messages. It will go to Facebook Live, and you do not want to accidentally be streaming something you did not intend to stream. Make sure you download the separate Facebook Messenger app. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm so excited to be able to share this information with you. Periscope will be gone after Facebook Live. Well, Facebook Live is, it's not new. It's been a thing for a long time. This is just their way to compete. I kind of personally, I'm in PR and branding, and I like keeping my live scopes separate from my Facebook. For that very reason, it's awkward. Like, when people subscribe to me, do they friend me too, or do they just subscribe me? And then you get to that, like, friend count number where you can't get higher, and I feel like it just gets all very confusing. And I just like to keep them separate, you know. So I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm planning on staying on Facebook as well as Periscope. I'm also on Meerkat, but mostly on Periscope. So I'm not planning on going anywhere, and I don't think you guys should either. So there's your news. I hope that you can update soon, and I hope to hear from you and hear how you're using it. Yes, I agree. People should seem to watch but don't friend request. I hope that's what they do. I hope they watch and subscribe, because you can subscribe to watching the videos. But the friend request thing's a little odd unless you really become friends. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining me. It was great to talk to you, and I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock Central Time to give you your Lunch Bite news, so I hope you join me for the top 8 headlines. I'll see you then. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.